Hey everyone, welcome to another Arena Champions. Today we're going to be talking through like how I set up my team, how I counter certain comps, and overall the gearing. And we're also going to try and hit Champion 1, so let's just go ahead, look at this list here. The only team that's above me right now is this one, and based on the composition, I think I can beat them. But looking at it, let's just take a look at what I can bring. I'm gonna have to hope my Clary goes first. I'm assuming she has a cleansing artifact, so I'm actually going to try and taunt their Clary so that it forces, because otherwise their Diane's just gonna cleanse and buff her whole team anyways, not really gonna stop anything with that. If I taunt her Clary, since I'm using Rod, her Clary won't be able to taunt me on the first turn. I'll get my debuff off. I can start focusing on doing some more damage. I might not use the armor break depending on the turn order, but let's just go ahead and start this. So I do go first. My Clary is quite high on speed. I'm going to taunt their Clary. So it's going to force them. Okay, we only got the taunt off. We didn't get armor break. She got lucky in an extra turn. That happens. She put readiness on their fat cat, so he's gonna stun right away. Let's just get our buff up. And I'm using a very aggressive team so that I don't run into the timer with a double tank and bruiser comp with a healer. Because they have a long-lasting comp here. So the whole point of my comp is to try and break their shield and invuln. See, because of that combat readiness, I have a terrible turn order here. So I'm not really going to be able to do much. See, like I'm just wasting a whole turn because basically their Armin got it first. Of course, only time I get Dust Devil proc is when their entire turn's immune. I'm going to get all these dual procs when they're immune. Pretty much what happens. Pretty frustrating in this game. Now they're going to taunt my Diane and remove her buffs. So far getting extremely unlucky. Oh, now we got a real dual proc. We're going to try and burn this. Since they don't have any passive healer like me, I'm just going to try and force the damage. Got good luck with that dual proc here. Going to see how much damage I can do to their entire team. See here. Their fat cat's probably going to kill my Diane pretty quick here. Yep. So what I'm basically forced to do now is I have to kill their Diane in the next turn or so. So going to go straight for their Diane, and it's going to proc AoE. Hopefully we get an armor break off on some of their members. Nope, not even crits or anything. Going to, since I don't have an attack buff next turn, I'm going to try and just force Diane to die here with my S3. Hopefully it crits. Nope, no such luck. 80% crit. Not enough. Going to attack Diane. Diane's down. Hopefully no extra turn from her. Good. Okay, so now let's take a look at who has what. Armin has one turn on that. Fat Cat. Okay, so they invested a lot into their Fat Cat, so I'm going to force a provoke on him because he's going to be the highest damage dealer. At least we got a provoke. Unfortunately, we did not get a armor break. I don't have my skill max, so that's unfortunate. Okay, they provoked Artillery. We're gonna start taking really heavy damage here from the timer pretty quickly. So we're gonna get, or they're gonna get an invuln pretty quick here. See, now we have really bad turn order. That's unfortunate. Again, dual attack only when they're in the invuln state. Let's see here. Good. Finally got a good Dustella proc. Okay, so what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and get the proc off here. Okay, now if this S3 can kill him, we should extend our buff. And also get an attack buff. We should be able to just pull it off here. So for this, I won't use that just yet. Gonna save it for a last ditch effort. Okay, going to S3, and then this way we should, we should get the proc off this and we should be able to win. Really close match, but ended up pulling it out. Some unlucky points, some lucky points. Overall really close. But we did manage to pump ourselves up a league. Now we're in Champion 1. Got an extra 800 Skystone. It's good at a total ranking, so Champion 1. We're number 11 overall, so pretty good. Now let's just go over some of my gearing for my characters. So I use Destina for PvP or PvE because basically she's much better than Rule in almost every circumstance. I don't really have good AoE healers on my team. Deanne, I build her mainly for speed. What I'm looking for is speed, health, effect resist, and defense percent on her. Pretty good rolled for most of these. I bought 3 of these, but I haven't gotten anything with more than 7 speed for it after 3 of these. Necklace is pretty crappy. Haven't been able to get anything there. A lot of wasted stats here, wasted crit damage and effectiveness. Would want to remove that crit hit chance. Other than that, it's like perfect. That was a free ring Christmas. This one, way too high crit chance, but they kind of have, they have okay rolls. It's actually not that bad. I would have rather had them on the DPS. For her, I wanted her super fast with speed boots because I want her to get the buff off before basically my DPS go. So that's why I'm using speed boots and to keep the buffs up. For Bellona, this was just kind of the best gear I had at the point. I'm running a speed set because she has high speed, and then crit for the second set. And what I was trying to do is get high enough attack to do a lot of damage, use Rosa Hargana, so that she can get her focus stacked up to try and proc her S3 off full focus. Trying to gear mostly towards speed, attack, a little bit of effectiveness in crit and crit damage. Crit damage scales really well off of her because her S1 does percentage of the enemy's health. So you're getting extra damage off a crit there because it scales off that bonus damage. And then Kayron, what I tried to do is get a massive amount of attack and crit damage and just life leech. I might consider using him attack or crit damage just for a lot of damage because sometimes he doesn't always sell himself with the extra life leech. Got a lot of health rolls, like my set rolled not that great to be honest, like it's kind of average. Using Dust Devil on him for the extra proc because he's mainly an AoE clear. Rule, I built her really high HP and defense. Basically what I'm trying to achieve here with the speed boots is to get her to go last but not too far after my other characters in case I have to res someone. So I like to have her last in my team. See. And then my Falconer Clarion, trying to get her as high speed as possible. Have a pretty shitty neck, but other than that, like got up to 218 speed, try and get a lot of effectiveness. So I'm using the effectiveness set. I want her to go first and be able to taunt and force out to counter the enemy's Clary. Yeah, so that's kind of my thoughts on how I set up my team. I'm going to be working on making more of a counter team in the future. I'll tell you how that goes, but hopefully by next week it'll be ready, and we'll see how that works with the current meta. But these are my thoughts. If you have any questions on what kind of team you want to build, Speed's a really popular team because you can basically dump everything into one or two characters. Like here, you're just focusing on Speed on the Shadow Rose. You're giving Challenger Dominiel's like amazing for PvP because she gives the readiness and crit buff. So basically you just stack attack with crit damage on these two, and if you get your combo you will basically one turn almost any team just because the damage is so high. Yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate you sticking down to the end, and hope to see you in the next video.